Hi everybody, Tom Giadzio, howtobuildawebsite.com. On this page, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about free websites and see if this is something that you fit into. By free, we're talking, okay, these are big companies out there and they're giving you free web space and allowing you to put your business online. Now, I'm sure you're a thinking person. You're wondering, why would a big company want to spend their own money and their own resources to allocate web space for you to put your business on and make money? Well, yeah, they could put ads on their website and on your website, and they could make money through that. But you know as well as I know, the biggest reason they're doing this is to upsell you. They want to sell you on their products and services, which will cost more than if you went out and just tried to do it yourself using a reputable small business type website or company. Not really a good way to go about this. There are a couple of companies that'll work for some really basic needs that you might have for using a free website, but majority do not fit under this category. And what they do, can I give you an overview here? What they do is they create issues. And these issues are things that are going to hit you not when you're building the website or trying to get your site up and going, but once you've put the time into building your website and you put the time into the copy and the images, and it takes a little bit of time to build the site, but once you actually do get it up and going, then you're going to want, you're going to start noticing some of these issues. Then in order to get rid of the issues, you're going to need to upsell into their services. And again, those services will cost you more than if you tried to just go out and just do it on your own with one of the other small business type websites. The issues that I'm talking about, listed on this page down below, says there's 9 key issues. Not all companies have always. Some even have a little bit more, and some have less. But generally these issues are, the domain name is really long. You got a google./.sites. Your domain, or Yahoo's GeoCities / your website type thing. These are really long, impersonal domain names that are really tough to give out to people so they know where to go to. Typically, frowned upon. The next part would be ads. Obviously, when you get a free website, you're going to get ads on that website. Again, some don't have ads, but majority do have ads on there. And the issue you're going to come up with that you say, oh, well, that's no big deal. But then you sit there and say, okay, well, what if some of the ads that are popping up on your website are in competition with what it is you're trying to sell or do? But their ads look better than your website does, so they click on that to take off to go buy or look at that other product. The free website company is going to make the money on sending the person to that website, and that other website is going to make the money on the sale of whatever they bought or looked at or services they use. So, that's a pretty big issue. The other thing is you don't have much for website space, meaning the hosting space. They give you about 50 megs, maybe a little more, a little less on some. But a typical cell phone might give you about 250 to 500 megs, which is more than you would get on a free website. Just means you're not going to fit that many images. You're not going to fit audio, video. You're not going to be doing lots of copy and content, things like that. Just keep that in mind. You have very limited ability to be able to do your own advertising on the website, meaning that Google AdSense and things like that don't work very well with free websites, or they don't even give you the capability of embedding that type of technology into the site. The next you're going to have is spam. Now, I've mentioned before, they're going to try to upsell you. And the way they try to upsell you on their products and services is to flood you with a bunch of upsell spam. Get rid of your ads and upsell to this, or these are other services that we do. Are you interested in this and that? And in order to get the free website, you have to agree to receive that kind of email. And then there's also partner email stuff that comes in, which means that sometimes they partner with another company and they give your email address to them, so then you're starting to get emails based off of what your content is on your website, things that you might be interested in. And that can really hurt you. And they can do that because it's a partnership. They didn't actually sell your email address. They're a partner with them, and they make money off of them. So it's legal, but it's a bad way to go about it. Then you also have the search engines. Generally ignore these type of things. Google is a search engine, but it will go ahead and ignore this as well. Pull up any product or service and look at the search results in Google, Yahoo, MSN, or Bing, and look at the placement of the sites and the URLs that are underneath. Very few of those URLs, the addresses that are listed there, are going to be the GeoCities or the Google Sites type website, if any. I don't think I've ever found one that's popped up in the first 3 or 4 pages on a search result. They probably rank them, but they're way, way down, and nobody even checks those things anyway. Your site, another issue, your site could randomly disappear. Big problem if you spend a lot of time and effort into it. You're under no contractual obligation, so your site can just disappear at any time. That's pretty bad. Then there's no support. Well, they're not going to support you if you have any problems or issues or things happen with your website, or they have a glitch, it goes down, or they don't back up, or something happens, or you want some kind of added functionality or change or access or something. They're under no contractual obligation to help you in any way with any kind of support on the website. So what kind of website would you actually be using a free website for? Something for, like coming events or sporting or expensive product, like you had a house, and you want to just create a website just for that house. Throw some couple of pictures and write some information about it and stuff. That's fine. You can do that. And, I know a lot of people who do stuff like that, and it's a good way to do it. It's real quick, dirty, gets it done. If you're looking for like a personal website, you sit there and say, well, maybe for an announcement or wedding or something like that, I would kind of push you more towards Facebook. I would think, that's more of a social thing. You want to get involved with your family and friends and let them know what's going on in your life. And, if you have weddings and things like that, you could post videos and pictures and things like that. You get way more web space out of Facebook than you would out of a free website anyway. So definitely a better way to go about that. So if you did fall into that very rare category of wanting a free website, what places would you use? Well, if you look below, I've actually tried out a couple of them. I went on, logged on, tried to create some websites, and marked a lot of the issues that I came across or noticed on those that could be a problem if you tried to develop a website with them. There were 2 that really kind of stuck out as having the least amount of issues, as well as a little bit more functionality. The rest were horrible with the way the formatting was, or the ability of where you can place objects on the page, their ads, their lack of templates, and things like that. The 2 good ones though were Yola.com and Webs.com. There's links below. You can check that out and see how you like those things as well, if you're interested in doing the free website stuff. If you don't think you really fit into that, and you're really kind of looking at this as more of a business thing, and you want to try to monetize this and maybe try to make some money on your site down the road in any way, or you want any kind of longevity with your website at all, I would recommend definitely clicking on the small business sites, and we'll walk you through the most cost-effective ways to go ahead and get a website going, your own website where you have the security knowing it's going to stay there and not have ads, and have your own domain and things like that. So much more professional approach to it, but it's not that difficult, and you can do it. You really can. It's not that tough. All right. Hopefully this gave you a good overview of what free websites are. Hopefully it's scary too bad, but just wanted to make you aware of what these things are before you try diving into one of these or get suckered into something like this. So anyway, if this isn't something you want, just go ahead and click on small business sites and carry on from there. And we'll see you online. Thank you.